Hey guys, how's it going? I I actually want to talk about something different than what I was originally intending to talk about. I was originally thinking of talking about relationships and the tools that I've been utilizing for the past several years to better my relationships, the quality of them. But what instead I think wants to come up is imposter syndrome. I kind of want to talk about that because that is what I have been feeling standing behind this camera. And I will share with you, probably on my Instagram, a clip of a previous shot of this and how much I was sort of sweating to stand behind camera and share these things with you as if I'm some sort of like teacher, you know? There's that quote, I don't know who it's by or who says it, but it's a pretty common quote that goes, "Don't let him see you sweat." And I'm gonna let you see me sweat. I'm gonna let you see me sweat because I think it's human. It's human, and I think a lot of us feel it, especially when we're starting something new, you know, when we're stepping into a version of ourselves that we're not yet familiar with. It's uncharted territory, and it might feel like you're putting on a costume that you just don't know how to like move in yet. Like, how do I swing my arms around? You know, how do I move my head so that the wig just falls right? You know, um, so yeah, imposter syndrome. I think we all deal with it, or many of us deal with it, feel it when we're starting something new. And I had just recently heard from Aaron Dowdy, who's a YouTuber on here, that imposter syndrome is what we feel when we're actually releasing an identity that isn't true to who we actually are. It's actually a release of something that we have been wearing that actually isn't us. I found that to be really interesting because I've never heard that before, and I don't know, it resonated. Maybe being small isn't who I truly am, but I'm very comfortable playing in a small role because that's what I've done for so long, you know? And even though I no longer enjoy sitting in that smallness or playing in that smallness, I still find it a little challenging to step into anything other than that. So I really think the only way to get through imposter syndrome is just to embrace it. Embrace the awkwardness, embrace the weirdness, shake it out, dance it out. I was dancing, I was making jokes, I was saying, look, this feels weird. I'm not used to doing this, you know? I'm not used to doing this. I have some familiarity with the camera. I've posted videos before. I like talking to a camera, but I'm not used to doing it in the format of teaching. I'm more so used to doing it in a very free-flowing format of, oh, this is what I experienced today. This is the story. It's story time. I'm kind of used to story times. And I'm trying something different. I don't know if this is the thing that's going to stick with me, but I'm trying it out because ultimately, like, one of my visions is to speak to people publicly. I enjoy speaking, you know, just to speak on stage, just do a TED talk would be a dream, you know? And I think in order to do that, I need to experiment with different forms of speaking and really find myself through those forms. So embrace it, dance with it, move through it, like roll through the awkwardness, feel your way through it, laugh, smile, and take a deep breath. I think Our breath is such an easily overlooked tool. Taking a deep breath to regulate our nervous system makes a huge difference. And if you're trying on a new costume, perhaps a costume that you've been eyeing at the shop that you walk by, metaphorically speaking, see this costume that you like and you've been eyeing it for a while. It's got all these rhinestones and maybe a really like flashy cape. And you're like, wow, I love that costume. I love that costume. I want to wear that costume. I've been dreaming of wearing that costume since I was a child. And now I can put on that costume. And then you go in the shop, you ask for the costume, you put it on, and you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, holy mackerel, who the hell is that? Who is that? Oh my gosh, you might even do a little turn, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And you're feeling really good. You're feeling really good. But as soon as you step out of that dressing room, you start to recognize or maybe feel like, okay, the way I acted before doesn't actually fit this look. And something else wants to move through me. A different energy, a different form of embodiment is calling to me. And that new energy might feel a little strange. You know, you might not necessarily understand it right away. And it takes a little while to break into the costume, right? Whenever you buy something new, it takes a moment to sort of break into it, to let your body adjust. You know, when you get new shoes, you gotta break into the new shoes. When you get new pants, you kinda gotta wiggle around in the pants a little bit, give them a little stretch so they're not too tight or constricting, unless you like them like that. But it's okay to feel awkward. Imposter syndrome is normal. And you're not an imposter. Or maybe you are. And maybe that's okay. Maybe we're all imposters. Maybe it's all okay. Exactly as it is. And I think I'm gonna leave the video at that. It's simple, it's quick, and don't need to overthink it. I'll talk to you guys next time.